And we are recording on FL Studio. Yeah, I am not using the iPad in order to record this episode. I am testing out FL Studio in its podcasting capabilities. Funny enough, what the fuck am I doing? I gotta do the intro. Hey everybody, what is up? It is Stan the Man. Welcome back to another Stan the Man podcast. How are you guys doing today? Hope you guys are doing really well. It is Saturday, the 25th of September, 2021. The year is nearly over, ladies and gentlemen. Anywho, how are you guys doing? Hope you guys are doing really well. I am trying to get back into the groove of things. Okay, just make sure that that these podcasts come out at least weekly or as close to as weekly as possible. You know, I'm just trying to get like one podcast out at least every weekend. So right now I'm recording this on a Saturday. It is freaking 9 p.m. And I had like this whole freaking thing I had like this whole freaking thing wrote out for the podcast. Okay, like this is like, I don't know. This is the shit that happens, okay? I write down a basic outline for the podcast, so I basically know what the fuck I'm gonna be talking about for at least 20 to 30 minutes straight. And then something comes along that piques my interest, but I have no time to write it down. Okay, I've been seeing like this freaking, like, I don't know, are parents giving their kids enough attention these days? Like, seriously, are parents actually giving their kids enough attention? Because I've been seeing like this stupid shit going on the internet. It's called like Devious Licks or some shit. Like, kids are just recording themselves fucking stealing shit for TikTok. Like, imagine like fucking, I don't know what kind of a middle schooler you are, but if you're like stooping that low just to get some internet clout, I'm sorry, you kind of deserve the freaking 10-year, 13-year sentence, or whatever the fuck the sentence is for like theft over there. Like, can you imagine? You're some fucking like middle schooler. How the fuck are middle schoolers going to school these days? Okay, freaking hoodies, hair dyed and shit like that. Okay, they wanting to fucking get, I don't know, like a fucking wanted to get freaking famous on TikTok or some shit, and they do this devious lick crap. Like, instead of the video like freaking blowing up, it just flops on TikTok, and it just flops on TikTok, and they just end up with a fucking prison sentence. Like, I'm sorry, that is literally, there's no other way to describe it. They're basically just digging out their own fucking grave. Like, how low do you have to stoop? How low do you have to go in order to like do this type of shit? That is why I am genuinely asking. Are parents literally giving their kids enough attention at home to the point where they're just seeking validation from like thousands of strangers online? And you may be wondering, Stan, aren't you doing the exact same thing as like a podcast? Yes and no. What do I mean by that? I know this podcast isn't gonna fucking go anywhere. If it does, perfect. I just enjoy fucking doing it. Anywho, that's not the point of the podcast, all right? The point of the podcast is, well, after the last one, an old friend got in contact with me and asked me like how I was doing and stuff like that. And then, I don't know, he was like really, he was like pretty surprised at the fact that instead of like going the path that I wanted to go down, I ended up like joining the military. I don't know, we had like a very, very long conversation about what could have been, all those freaking niceties, I guess. And eventually the conversation turned into, okay, what are we doing now in life? Okay, he's basically doing his dream job. I believe the dude's an ecologist or a pathologist. This is how great I remember conversations with friends. Everybody, I don't even remember what the fuck we were talking about, but it had something to do with careers and stuff like that. Okay, he went the complete educational route. I just did a 180 and I literally just I think it did the opposite of every aspect of that. Instead of doing that, I ended up joining the military. So that's gonna be like the focus of this podcast. Okay, like fucking, why did I end up joining the military, and also ways it has actually changed me. Okay, and I'm not gonna try to leave like anything out. I'm gonna try to leave, the good, the fucking bad, the fucking horrific. All right, and I'm gonna try to leave like no fucking details whatsoever. So strap yourselves in. Make sure you got your helmets ready, and make sure you got your condoms, because like always, we're spreading the ass cheeks of this rabbit hole, and we're going deep down it. And I'm talking balls deep, baby. I really gotta stop doing that. I really gotta stop doing that. So, yes, it is no surprise to anybody that I am a member of the Royal Dutch, well, not exactly the Royal Dutch Marine Corps, but basically the Aruban division of the Royal Dutch Marine Corps, the Arumil or Arubaanse Militair. And I've been a member officially since about 2000. Well, if you count like my boot camp year, or we call it like a year, but it's like not, it was like 9 months. I've been in here for about, yeah, about 3 years already, and I've been having a blast, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Why did I join why did I join in the first place? Well, strap yourself in because this is going to be a long fucking story. Not in a galaxy far, far away, but on a teeny tiny speck of dirt in God's broken microwave, also known as Aruba, the Southern Caribbean. All right. Long story short, I was a fucking lazy piece of shit in school, man. I used to go to Colegio Arubano here in Aruba. It's a very reputable school. In fact, it is like one of the highest standards of school that you can go to. Even though I didn't meet like the highest standards, I was like fucking somewhere down in the middle. Anywho, fucking, I had like this. I'm looking down on my notes just to figure out what the fuck I'm gonna say, but I'm gonna speak from the heart a little bit. I had like this freaking shitty attitude, thinking that I was special and the world was gonna be handed to me on some sort of silver fucking platter. All right. I also had like this attitude that the world was against me and that the system was rigged against me. It took a fucking long time for me to realize that that wasn't the fucking case. The system is just fine. There's nothing wrong with the system. I took a good, long, hard look at myself in the mirror and realized that fucking yo, to quote BoJack, if you ever like freaking see that show, BoJack Horseman, I think it's called on Netflix. If you ever like have a chance to see that show, fucking watch it. It's really freaking good. But to quote but to quote something from that show, I looked at myself in the mirror and just came to the startling realization that I am everything that is wrong with myself. The system was never rigged against me. The system was just fine. I was just a I was just a fucking asshole with delusions, grand delusions of grandeur, thinking that the world is going to be handed to me on a silver fucking platter. My only saving grace next to my nearly failed education was working at a job at the Articok National Park here in Aruba. Now, another story time, and I think this is like an interlude or some shit. Now, before I've done any of this, I used to be a park ranger at the Articok National Park here in Aruba. It is not only the only national park here, it is basically the largest national park, taking up about 1/5 of the whole island. And to be honest, okay, I'm not gonna lie, it was a really swell job. It was to me to this day, I would recommend anybody if they're just starting out and stuff like that. I would recommend anybody to go actually work there. It was basically one of the best jobs I've ever had. I mean, who else can like freaking sit down and just see miles of wilderness, just dry, arid, even though it was dry and arid, just miles of wilderness around as far as the eye can fucking see. As far as the as far as the eye can see, and say, yeah, this is my fucking office. This is my office. Okay, I was the youngest park ranger there. Yeah, I was the youngest park ranger there, and I was damn good at my job. I'm not saying this to sound narcissistic or arrogant, even though I am gonna sound that. I think I'm just gonna sound even more narcissistic and fucking arrogant just by saying that. But I was pretty goddamn good at what I do. Not only that, I think no, not I think I know I was the fucking best ranger that place had ever freaking seen. Like I could count on my hands how many times I nearly fucking died for the park simply because angry locals didn't want to pay 5 florins to get in. Okay, now there's a price of admission to enter the national park. All right, tourists pay. I don't know if it's changed in the last couple of years, but tourists pay $11 to go in. Okay, locals, if you're over 18, you pay 5 florins. All right, which is less than half of that. Okay, it's literally less than the price of a beer, and yet they still get mad. Fucking, I've had knives pulled out on me. People trying to fucking run me over. I'm surprised I haven't gotten, knowing my damn attitude, I'm surprised I haven't gotten shot. I've once fucking insulted a man and his freaking wife, like out of the. Like all of freaking that. I don't know. My love for nature and the outdoors in general just fueled, I don't know, it just fueled my love for the job. But the older I got, uh, and the older I got, the more red flags I started to see. Like freaking like I said, there was nothing wrong with the job in general. It's just like the people that I had to work with. They were fine people, but they took advantage of the system, not coming in on time. Some just saying that they're sick. Meanwhile, you just see them on the street just doing whatever the fuck they want, taking advantage of like the sick day law here on Aruba. And to the point, it got bad to the point where I remember I got called during my vacation to go walk on over there. And it didn't help that the management team that we had. Okay, they're great people. I'm keep in mind, I'm not trying to roast anybody here. There is no ill intent. I have nothing but respect for most people that I work with. But I gotta I gotta be honest, okay? The management team, they were very ill equipped to deal with these types of freaking people. All right. They couldn't even handle their own fucking employees, and it started to become like a bit too damn much. People were taking advantage of the system, and it started to affect me in a negative way, to the point where I just dreaded hearing my alarm to go to work like every single morning. I just did not even, when you fucking wake up, you set your alarm at a certain time, right? When you set your alarm at a certain time, you go to bed, and then I don't know, you wake up and you're like, I don't know, let's say your alarm's at 6 a.m. Okay. You wake up, you're like, please, it's not, please tell me it's not 6 a.m. Please tell me it's not 6 a.m. Now, there are three outcomes to that scenario. Okay. The first outcome is it's not 6 a.m., it's 2 a.m., and you have about 4 hours of sleep, and you go to sleep with a deep satisfaction knowing that your alarm is far, far, far away. The second option, the second scenario is that you wake up like 5 minutes before your alarm goes off, and you instead of like waking up right there, you just desperately try to hang on to like those extra 5 minutes. And then there's the fucking third option, which I hope to God you don't do. It's been glamorized way too fucking much on social media. All right. People risking their whole fucking careers just to get like an extra 5 minutes of sleep. Like, oh, they see the alarm, it goes off, and like, I'll fucking sleep for 10 minutes. And before you know it, 10 minutes turns into 20, 20 turns into fucking 40. So yeah, just don't fucking do that. Okay. Those are the three options there. But no, I just dreaded hearing my alarm in the morning. And I gotta sip some water. I gotta sip some water. So it was also during this time I decided, oh, fucking hell, sleeves. It was also during this time where I decided to, get my shit together. Okay, I took a long, hard look in the mirror, and I noticed that look, I was my own biggest enemy at that point. Okay. All right. Everything that I've been facing at that moment, it wasn't because of a fucking rigged system. It wasn't because of a fucking failed system. It wasn't because of society. It wasn't because of some fucking patriarchy working against the working class people, whatever the fuck kind of dumbass excuse people my age are coming up with these days. All right. I was faced with the acts. Fucking hell, if I can speak properly, I was faced with the consequences of my own goddamn decisions, right? And that fucking realization hit me like a goddamn truck. But as if Lady Luck had heard my fucking prayers, the international school here brought the GED program to the. I know, yeah, haha, I have a fucking GED. Sue me, but it's better than nothing. Actually, I should stop recording for a bit because I know my camera is going to run out of film soon because I have been recording for about 14 minutes here. I am going to pause the recording and then continue in a bit. All right. So, as I was fucking saying, yeah, I shouldn't stray too far away from the microphone. It actually sounds better when the microphone is like directly in my face. Get that ASMR action in there. People hate that. Nah, but as I was fucking saying, okay, I was facing the consequences of my own goddamn decisions. All right, it was about time to fucking man up and realize the truth. Okay, I had to go back to school, so yeah, I signed up for the freaking GED course and I passed. I now have a high school equivalent diploma And even better, when I graduated, I had enough credits to apply to university. And I wasn't gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I got excited. All right, I got really fucking excited. Okay, to like extremely. I cannot fucking describe the euphoria I had. Like I finally had something. I had somewhat of an education at a chance at a somewhat educational future. Okay. And not only that, the fact that I knew I had enough credits to go to university meant that I could finally fucking leave this place. I can go somewhere, study, be with the people that I want to be with. Okay. My freaking not. I was finally gonna go to college, and I wasn't gonna. I was. I literally had the idea that I was finally gonna go to college, and I wasn't gonna be a fuck up. Because truth be told, by the time I realized all the shit that I've been doing wrong, I was already well on my way into becoming a fucking loser. You know, like those freaking dudes who end up growing old and paying 50 florins just to see a titty. All right, who they just drink in front of the Chinese store all day. I knew I was going down that fucking road and had to make a change very really quick, son. Okay? Or it could be worse. Oh, and I can give you like the freaking female version, the one that's been like living for fucking fun, and then all of a sudden they're like 50, no kids, and 50, no husband or wife or kids or family whatsoever, and they yell at a fucking, the ladies like yell at clerks so they do their jobs. Yeah, fuck those people. Nah, but I was like excited. I got my passport, I got my diploma, I got my proof of credits, and I was ready to apply for a student loan. I was on my way to the office to apply for a student loan, and then the funniest thing happened. I got scared. Like legit, not, and it wasn't like the fear that you usually get from taking a risk. It was like the fear of knowing what the fuck you're doing is going to be bad. And I just, oh my freaking god. Like I don't know, the freaking feeling of euphoria I had just turned into absolute horror. And then I don't know, instead of driving to the student loan office, I just freaking turned my car around and went home. And went home and I did something that I haven't done in a very fucking long time. I I haven't. I did something that I haven't done in a very long time. I just sat down and started thinking. Yeah, Stan was thinking. I don't. Me being the king of just speaking before I have like an iota of a fucking thought started thinking. Thinking. I keep looking down at my notes. I literally have it written down over here. It's thinking. Anywho, I was struck. Anyway, I was thinking for a while. And then all of a sudden, I was struck with like one of the biggest epiphanies that I've ever fucking had. All right, and freaking, I don't know. It was like a massive flaccid cock slam me right in the freaking side of my face. Okay, you know in those movies, where the main character is like weak at first, all right, and then they try. Is the general hero story. They try really hard. They just try really hard with the power of fucking hard work, dedication, and friendship, or whatever. They freaking, I don't know. They make the varsity basketball team and make it to the championships. They get the cute girl that they've always wanted, or they stand up to the fucking bully that's been tormenting them for fucking years. I had like a huge fucking epiphany there. Real life, it doesn't work that way. Real life ain't like the movies. There are some people who just do not get their happy ending, no matter how hard they work, no matter how hard they try, or no matter how hard they fucking hope. They're not going to get their happy ending. And I freaking knew for a fact that if I went to university at that time, I wouldn't have made it. I literally just sat down and had an honest talk with myself. Like, bro, you barely survived high school, and not only that, you got a GED. You got in the GED. What in the intergalactic fuck is making you think that you're gonna survive university? Yeah, sure, all your friends are doing it, but that doesn't mean you can. Not only that, if you fucking fail, you are going to come back with debt. Are you seriously going to take that risk? All right. Now, I'm all for taking risks and stuff like that, leaps of faith and faiths and whatever, but I wasn't ready for that. I did not, I don't know. So I went back home. And I fucking felt defeated, but also with like a new sense of clarity. Not only did I have to make like major changes, but I also kind of had to figure myself out. So after a little bit of a, what the rock people call soul searching, the energies aligned and everything. I don't know. I don't fucking know. I didn't shove crystals up my ass or try to align chakras or some shit. What the fuck if I can speak properly? I didn't do any of that stuff, okay? After some fucking soul searching, I literally just looked at my fucking family history because who knows, maybe a little bit of tradition might help, even though tradition is just peer pressure from dead people. So I just looked at my family history now. My grandfather from my mom's side arrived here on Aruba while he was with the Royal Dutch Marine Corps. My uncle served what was back then called the Antilliaanse Militie, later turned into the Arubaanse Militie, and then eventually went on to serve with the 13th Mechanische Brigade in the Royal Dutch Army. So I thought, fuck it. I'll join the goddamn military. That's basically the male equivalent of saying fuck it, I'll become a stripper. All right? That's one way to fucking put it. Hey, kid. If I ever become a recruiter, I'm going to say this. Hey, kid. Hey, kids. You have no future? Well, you do with us. You'd kill for college tuition? Join us. Nah, that's the U.S. system. The Dutch system is very fucking different and better. Anyway, I'm going to start a fight in the comment section if I say that. Anywho, I think my audio clipped there. I got to be careful. Anywho, I fucking made a decision. I fucking saw the ad. Yeah, me and a buddy of mine that was at work who was also planning on quitting at the time, Xavier. And we said, fuck it, let's do this. And so I did. Before I knew it, I remember the day I got the application. Yeah, I remember the day. I went and got my application. Okay, now everything is online now. But when I had to go get my application, I drove to the base and I went up to the door and I called them ahead saying, yes, I would like to enlist. And they told me what I had to do. They told me how to drive up there and stuff like that. And the corporal, I had no idea how like the military system worked at that point. Okay, I was a versabal. I just see the dude with 2 stripes. I didn't know he was a corporal. I just called him Mr. Hi, Mr. My name is blah, blah, blah. I'm here to like enlist and stuff like that. And then he immediately grilled me. Who the fuck are you calling Mr.? It's corporal to you, okay? Drop and give me, you want this fucking piece of paper? Drop and give me 25. All right. And I was still working out back in the day. So 25 fucking push-ups, that was nothing for me. So, all right, 1, 2, 3, 4. You gotta say corporal or it won't fucking count, okay? 1 corporal, 2 corporal, 3 corporal, 4. And I just kept going. He just went fucking bullshit. Oh, I got a fucking audio clipping. God damn. He just went bullshit. I didn't see ya. And he stepped outside and watched me do another 25 and watched me do another fucking 25 push-ups. He's like, you know what? Just a double check. Oh fuck. I had to burp. Go on the asphalt. Do 25 more push-ups. And that's what I fucking did. I wanted to fucking enlist. So like I fucking put my hand on it's freaking noon. It's like freaking 1 p.m. And I'm putting my hands on fucking hot asphalt and doing 25 push-ups, okay? And now me and the corporals are perfectly good, but I still like remind them, hey, remember when you fucking made me do push-ups at the freaking gate, you asshole? Nah, but I don't know. I fucking got my piece of paper. Yeah, I got my piece of paper and yeah, I signed everything. And then after everything was like checked out and stuff like that, I handed in my letter of resignation at the Articok National Park. I had long fucking wavy hair back then because I wanted to look like Greg Universe from Steven Universe. Holy shit. Like Greg is the only good aspect of that show. No, never mind. It was a good Steven Universe was a good show, but still, I don't know. Regular show, mate. Regular show was just better. Steven Universe was great, and then I don't know what the fuck happened. Anywho, plowing ahead. I had to cut my long hair, and then yeah, and then freaking, we had to do like sport tests and stuff like that. I remember, oh my god, the freaking, it's amazing how many for a small island, for a literal speck of dirt surrounded by water. You'd be surprised as to how many people do not know how to swim, and it's only when they try to enlist in something as an amphibious unit, then they decide to figure out the fact that they cannot fucking swim in hilarious fashion. I remember when we did our like swim tests and stuff like that. I think there were like the first 7 of us jumped into the pool, and then some of us resurfaced. The rest started literally flopping around, like struggling, trying to fucking breathe. And then they get pulled out of the water, like, what the fuck, is everything okay? And then they pull them out and say, yo, is everything all right? What happened in there? I can't swim, Sarge. Like, how do you talk about? I guess it's true what they say. The best way to learn is under intense, life-threatening pressure, and I think these guys did that to an extreme. So yeah, after going through all like the swim tests, psych evaluations, and sports tests and everything else, I fucking waited, and then I got a letter that I was to report to. I can't remember the exact date, but I got a letter telling me that I had to report to base at 6:30 to find out when I am being shipped out to Curacao. All right. So we did that, and before I knew it, I was on a plane to Curacao, and there I will be living. There, okay, that's where I will be living for the next 9 goddamn months. Okay, there is no way of actually describing that flight out. Now, keep in mind, I've been to Curacao dozens of times throughout my fucking life. Okay, me and my family, we go there frequently because the family on my dad's side is from Curacao. So we go there a lot. I've been to Curacao numerous of freaking times. So this shouldn't feel new to me, but I cannot describe how freaked out everybody was. The freaking tension in the air while being surrounded by your future colleagues. Each of them nervous as the last. Me, I was fucking freaking out on the inside, okay? This was quite possibly the very first leap of faith that I've ever done. Okay, I quit my job, left a cozy life behind, and I didn't know what the fuck was gonna happen when we got to Curacao. Okay, flash forward, we get to Curacao, we get to Suffisant, and the first month of basic, you live in a tent. Okay. You live in a tent, okay? We get there. Everybody's like, listen in, you get your bag, your equipment, and everything has to go with you, okay? You don't get a locker yet, okay? But everything has to go with you. You get your Crusader and a duffel bag that has all your shit, your backup clothes, everything. And you have to carry that shit around if they ask you. It has to be made in a very neat way. If in morning inspection they find like a single thing out of place, they fucking tear your backpack open, spread it out all over the base lawn, and you have to freaking bear crawl over there to actually you have to bear crawl and get each item. You have to get each article of clothing, each item, each piece of equipment, one by one, bring it back to your bag, and then repeat. No walking or anything, or the freaking instructors would eat you for breakfast, okay? Not only that, at the beginning, we had to hand in our phones, any valuable or personal belongings, okay? We had to hand them in, and they each got like sealed in an envelope with our names on it, okay? And yeah, for a whole month. Oh boy, no, computer, do not fail on me. There we go. Please tell me it's still recording. Yeah, it's still recording. Anywho, so for a whole month, we were disconnected to the outside world. Okay, there goes my freaking camera. I have to pause and then continue recording. Oh, fucking hell. Fucking bumped. Yeah, fucking bust your knee, bust your freaking expensive ass microphone stand, of course. Anywho, before I was so fucking rudely interrupted, okay, we were disconnected from the outside world at Curacao. Okay, I got 11 minutes on this fucking thing left. We were completely disconnected, and it was kind of refreshing to the point where, after like that first month, when you survive your first month, okay, the first month is basically there to just, pull out, weed out the weak. Okay, that is basically when the civilian dies. They break you down during that fucking first month. Anyway, when we got our phones back, it was like pretty weird. It was kind of refreshing. Like a month later, I don't know, it kind of felt weird to go online again because we had like so many other things to worry about that we just kind of, that we just kind of forgotten about our lives in cyberspace. And to be honest, it was kind of refreshing. I think that's why. I'm like, I wanted to like turn away from social media in general. Now, when it comes to what kind of training we did, I don't know. That's gonna be like a whole podcast in and of itself. I can set up different videos, and I've also like explained different stories of my wacky adventures during boot camp and stuff like that. I've told like fucking time and time again. But if I were to summarize the 9 months I've spent in boot camp, it was the worst and the best experience of my life. Okay. All right. What do I mean by the worst? Okay. It is hell. You have to, what I mean, it's not like all sunshine and fucking rainbows or like in the freaking movies. Okay. The sleepless nights, the cold nights, the freaking wet nights, they get you. They freaking gnaw away at your psyche. The way the termites gnaw away at like old piece of wood. Like an old piece of fucking wood. But you get to know yourself better. And not only that, I found out that the human body is capable of doing so much more than we allow it to do. We are capable of doing a lot more than we think, but we fucking, I don't know. We fucking allowed ourselves to be lit and to get used to the fucking comfortable lives that we live, that we have built for ourselves, that we have become mentally weak as people. It's only now that I look back at the things that I was complaining about, the fucking problems that just seemed impossible to solve just because it was that. The problems just seemed fucking impossible. No, they fucking weren't. They weren't impossible. All right. I was just lazy and mentally soft. I think that's one of the biggest reasons why so many young people, so many people my age seem to complain about like the fucking darndest of things. I have a bigger appreciation for the little things in life now. Okay. But that's a whole other can of beans. But not only that, the fucking the fucking blood, the sweat, the tears. Oh my God, the tears. I think I mentioned before, there was like a section I cried like a fucking little bitch baby boy. Fucking, not only, the only time I actually cried tears of joy in my 23 years of being alive was when I freaking finished training and earned my fucking stripes. Not because I was glad it was over, but because for the first time, in my nearly 23 years of being alive, all right? Sorry, back then I was 21. In my 21 years of being alive, I finally finished something meaningful. Not only that, I did it for me. I didn't do it to like serve a higher educational purpose. I didn't do it to make my parents proud. I did it for me, all right? And that was like the best fucking feeling ever. And then something even stranger happened. Remember, my original plan was to basically join up, fucking get myself straightened out, get paid for 4 years, and then fucking leave for college. But then the funniest thing happened. I actually fell in love with the job. The regimenting, the schedule, everything, every aspect of it, I genuinely enjoy. Except the waking up early. That okay? I'm gonna put a footnote over there. Except the waking up early. Nobody enjoys waking up early. They assume just because I'm in the military, they think I'm a morning person. No, fuck that. I wake up early because I have to, not because I want to. Anywho, I love the job to the point where I'm actually considering a career in the military, to the point where right now I'm on the road to becoming a corporal. Who knows? Maybe I might even become a lieutenant down the line if I feel ballsy enough. I do feel ballsy enough. I might try it out. Okay. And this job has taught me so many goddamn things, okay? To build mental toughness, but also not to give a fuck. What do I mean by not giving a fuck, okay? You have to place emphasis on the important things, okay? Instead of like doing stuff that's ultimately meaningless and just distract you from achieving smaller and even bigger goals. I think that's the main reason why I started with this fucking podcast in general, and why I freaking like, hey, I enjoy doing it. Why not add like a regiment, a schedule, a fucking workflow to this shit? And I've been enjoying it. Okay, sure, it's not all peaches and rainbows. Not every job is perfect. Of course, there are going to be days where you hate your job. There's going to be days where there are going to be days where you just wonder, why the fuck did I join up in the first place? But I may complain a lot, but at the end of the day, I do love this job, and I don't see myself leaving anytime soon. So if you take away anything from this podcast didn't really have like a bunch of jokes and shit to it. This podcast was just basically me giving like the biggest reasons why I ended up joining the military and what it basically changed for me. Now, is because of this I was able to fucking grind to the point where I can now live independently. I got a decent sized apartment. I got my own car. I got everything that many people my age, in my situation, where I live at least, can only fucking dream of. It's not being paid by some fucking student loans. All right. I'm saying this with every shred of confidence in my being. Everything you see in this fucking room right now. The PlayStation next to me, the monitor, this computer, the camera, the microphone, the iPad, the TV, everything I fucking worked with. I fucking paid for. And there's a great freaking feeling of satisfaction in that. And it's one of the few things that I actually look at and think, wow, I'm actually I did this. I'm proud of myself. All right? And I got bigger shit planned for the fucking future. Who knows what the fuck the future will hold, but in the meantime, all I gotta do is freaking stay hard, I guess. That's David Goggins' quote. Doesn't he always fucking say that? Fucking stay hard. If you gotta build calluses around your mind. I fucking love that dude, but he fucking scares me sometimes. Anyway, this podcast is like still, we are approaching the 40-minute mark. Are we gonna keep on going at fucking 40 minutes? I don't know. I don't even know if I have enough fucking film on the camera. I'll fucking find out in a bit. You know what? I think I might just go as far as to say that, okay, maybe we can solve a lot of issues for people my age if we just bring back the draft. Okay, oh my God. Can you fucking imagine that? Okay? Imagine this, okay? Fucking follow me down this rabbit hole for a little bit. Can you truly imagine people in this situation and day and age, like joining the fucking military? Christ alive. Like a bunch of people, like freaking short-haired, dyed-haired feminists, like a freaking people who don't even know if they're a freaking boy or a girl. Like imagine, oh my freaking God. Oh my freaking God. I'm just trying to imagine like freaking teaching somebody fresh out of high school or fresh out of middle school how to read a map. Not Google Maps, just like a regular fucking map. Basic shit. Oh my God. If some shit goes down and we have to rely on this current generation to defend democracy, oh my God, I can safely say we are fucked, ladies and gentlemen. But I'm playing. Look, it doesn't matter it doesn't matter what situation you're in. It doesn't matter what you feel like. It doesn't matter how old you are, any of that shit. Once you fucking recognize that you have the power to fucking change everything about yourself, I don't know. I wouldn't say it just makes everything possible, but it just makes it just a little bit easier and a little bit bearable. I don't know, maybe just talking out of my ass right now. Anywho, we are 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we have hit the 40-minute mark on the podcast, at least according to FL Studio over here. I might have to trim a couple of things out, but nah, I won't. I'll just do some audio enhancing, maybe get rid of some of the background noise. That's about it. Anywho, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. This is Stan the Man, or Stan the Guitar Kid, signing off. Remember to stay safe, stay awesome, and stay hydrated. Have a good night, folks.